Jess with This Tiny Schoolhouse, and today I'm going to be doing a summer homeschool haul. We homeschool year-round, so we have a lot of flexibility and freedom throughout the year if we need to take breaks for anything, and then if we're really working hard on something, we don't have to stop because the year is over or because we're out of curriculum. We can just keep going, keep powering through. It really works well for us. A lot of our schooling is actually done during the summer because we do a lot of nature study and a lot of outdoor activities as part of our school. So winter is more where we kind of hunker down and kind of just hang out more and do baking and that kind of thing. But today I kind of want to show you guys some of the things that I got for our homeschool year or homeschool summer. We are continuing on with some of the curriculum that we had already had. So if you guys want, I will do a homeschool what curriculum we're using this summer video. But for now, this is just some of the extra things that I needed to pick up to kind of fill in where we were lacking. Some of it's just basic supplies. Like I got some new Post-its because we were out. I got a ruler for like 99 cents because I lost our other one. Some graphing paper and some regular wide-lined paper. I ended up getting 3 half-inch binders. I really like the idea of notebooking for school, but at our level, notebooks don't really work as well because she's not really doing so much writing, like paragraphs. She does write paragraphs and everything, but she's not doing it for every subject. So it doesn't really make sense for us to have an individual notebook for each subject. We do a lot of like map work and other kind of projects and that sort of thing. So I thought maybe I could get these binders and do a notebook style thing in the binder. So I have one for social studies. We have 2 social studies curriculums that we're using. So if you guys want me to do a video on how I'm planning on setting this up and what it kind of looks like after we've used it for a while, I'll do that also. But we will be doing a lot more paperwork and project planning for social studies. So I really ended up needing something that I could just hole punch pages that are already printed out or things I printed out on the computer and not just notebook pages and that kind of thing. So, and I got really tired of cutting down regular pages to make them fit inside a notebook. So this works way, way better for us for what we were using the notebooks for. And then I also did one for science. Like I said, we do a lot of nature studies and that kind of thing and unit studies in science. So this science notebook will be filled with that kind of thing. And then once we fill it up, we can just start taking things out. So you can never really have too many binders. And then I also got an extra one just in case. I don't know if I'll end up using this for maybe math. We do a lot of our math on a marker board, and then she just writes it down in the curriculum, so we don't really necessarily need one. And then language arts, we do a lot of reading, and she has a handwriting curriculum that she's using, but she doesn't really necessarily need a notebook for that. So we're going to see kind of what that ends up being. As far as new curriculum that I've purchased for this, the first thing that I got was the Bible Made Easy for Kids. We have a daily devotion that we do, but it doesn't really educate you on anything that's actually going in the Bible stories. And then reading the Bible is not as exciting when you are a child. I hate to say it, but it's just not. So this is kind of little daily stories that we can read about what's actually happening in the Bible, and it answers questions, and it gives you verses that it corresponds with, so then you can go and read the verses, and then you can make it easy for kids to understand kind of what's going on. It's a huge goal of mine this year for both myself and for Emma to become more familiar with the Bible stories and the people of the Bible. So I'm really looking forward to this. We've done some pages already, and it's a lot of fun. The next couple things that I got were from Master Books. This is my first time ordering anything from Master Books, but I really like the idea of it. We have another curriculum that we use for history, but it goes chronologically. I don't really like that method for history. I like things to kind of jump back and forth and then put it all together on one big space. So I ended up ordering America's Story from them. There's a teacher's guide, and then there's, I guess, the student handbook. And then I also went ahead and ordered the timeline cards from them, and I never opened those, so let's go ahead and open them and see what they look like. Maybe. Oh, there we go. So yeah, it's just pieces that you can cut out. I have been doing a lot of research about timelines for a long time. I really love the Book of Stories, I think they are called, from Charlotte Mason philosophy. I've always really loved that idea, but I've never been able to really see one at Emma's age, because technically you're not really supposed to start them until like last year for us. So I think I might end up putting one into a Book of Stories. But then also, now that I have a binder, I could never do anything like that with a notebook, because once you run out of room, you run out of room. You can't add. But if we have the binder, then I can go back and add as we go, and we can have a timeline in the front. So I think that might be what I do. Or I'm going to put the line back up on the wall and do a full on timeline. I haven't decided yet, but I think I'm going to go more with the Book of Stories in the binder. This curriculum looked really, really interesting. I was looking for a U.S. history curriculum for her age, and I found it really difficult to find something that focused solely on that. So I was really excited to find this. It's got colored pictures. I'm guessing you read this and it corresponds with lessons in the teacher's guide. Let me find like a really cool looking one. And so like here's a cool page. Here's another one. And the other thing that I got from Master Books is this Math for a Living Education. Like I said, I really love the philosophy of Charlotte Mason, but reading did not work with Emma's learning style. So unfortunately it was a no-go for us. And it also really didn't work with my teaching style. I didn't feel like narrating what had happened was really enough to learn it. And watching Emma, she is such a project-based child. She loves, anytime there's a project involved, she learns the material. It's not a struggle, it's not a fight. So Charlotte Mason, it focuses more on literature. We do literature and a project. So I love a lot of the ideologies behind Charlotte Mason, but just strictly her philosophy didn't work for us. But I love the idea of the living books and the living education, because like I said, Emma's project-based, and living books and living education really goes with that really well, but there has to be more to it. We're not replacing our current math curriculum. We are already doing 2 other math curriculum, but the thing with math is that I find it gets really boring if we stick to one. So I like having lots of options. Some days we'll just pull out a couple worksheets from one curriculum. Other days we'll sit down and do the entire textbook, workbook, teacher games, and all of that. We also do a lot of game schooling for math, so there's a lot of interesting things going on. So this is the last little piece of curriculum that I got, but it's Math for a Living Education, our volume 3, level 3. It has, does it tell you kind of what it goes over? Oh, money, place value, addition, subtraction, tally marks, measurement, word problems, goes into multiplication and division. All things, those are things that we have to learn. Roman numerals, inequalities, that kind of thing. So this is peppered with some things that we've already covered in other curriculum. So it'll be review, different kind of styles, so she can really apply the process. So I'm looking forward to getting into this. Something else that I got is for our project-based learning is a comb binding machine. That thing is huge, but I did an unboxing of it in another video. I'll link it in the info bar or down below or something like that. I really like it. We're going to use it a lot, and the good thing is I'm pretty sure that combs can be reused once we're done with something. So we're going to be doing a lot of projects with it, a lot of research papers, that kind of thing, research projects where we can bind the finished product when it's done. I'm also going to be using it for a lot of our Good and the Beautiful unit lessons, or even other unit studies that we come up with or I create. We'll be using that a lot. So it was well worth the money for me. Another thing that I got is this calendar. It's a monthly calendar from Scholastic. I noticed that we are a little rusty on our months and our days. It's been such a long time since we've talked about it. And since Noah will be entering preschool next year, or we'll start talking about preschool things, I thought it would be okay to go ahead and get a pocket chart for it. The only thing wrong with this, it's a really good size and it's pretty reasonably priced on Amazon, but the big problem with it is these cards need cut out. So they're not like pop outs or anything. I have to go in and individually cut cut these out, which stinks, but I think the end result will look really nice, so I'm not too brokenhearted. So another piece of curriculum that I got that I forgot to bring over here is our handwriting curriculum. This is level 3 from The Good and the Beautiful. It gets into cursive. Emma is loving cursive, so that's great. And I used our cone binding machine to bind it. So yeah, definitely worth getting. And we're really liking the handwriting curriculum as well. Another thing that I got, like I said, we do game schooling a lot. We're kind of just building our game schooling library. I don't know what you would call our game schooling collection, but we got Dino math tracks. This works with adding, subtracting, place value, that kind of thing. So what all does it actually work with? There's several different ways to play the game, and I got it mostly for place value, but it's a lot of fun, and anytime we can learn what we're playing is great. So I got this as well. There are a few other things that I got for the year or for our summer, but they are mostly for our space unit study that we're working on right now, which I'm planning on doing a separate video on once I have everything. We got another game with that and a couple other books and things like that. So I'll go over that in a separate video, but just for our general homeschooling summer, that's it. That's what we're going to end up working on. And like I said, I will do a full curriculum video as well. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later, and I hope you guys maybe got some ideas for stuff that you want to do in your guys' homeschool. If you would like me to review any of the curriculum or any that we're doing now, or do a full in-depth lesson with us or anything like that, let me know down below in the comments, and I will be happy to do so. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya!